stuff. And I've been doing a lot of contemplation. Like today, I've come out on my bike and I've been going on like daily bike rides to just have a think and just kind of get a bit fitter, I suppose, and just keep the blood flowing. But like my thought of the week is I've been thinking a lot about self-success and kind of the anxieties of self-success, especially in the kind of lockdown, quarantine sort of state that we're in right now. And success to me means quite a lot of things. And like, first of all, it can be like your own sort of mental health or your own well-being or your kind of social circle and your family and friends and how well they're doing. But I've kind of been thinking a lot about kind of self-success in a financial sort of frame of mind, I suppose. And I can't be the only person right now that's kind of feeling very like they're a bit underachieving, because lockdown for me kind of means that I can't go out of the house to work, so everything's kind of, I'm stuck at home having to do what I can, and I'm kind of limited to what I've got on for doing at home. So financially there's not a lot of money coming in right now, I suppose. And money doesn't mean everything, but I kind of use that as a tool to judge my kind of, is it academic or not, my professional success, I think. So I suppose I'm having to think of different ways to utilise my time, and it's very easy to fall into the rut of just doing not a lot and just kind of going every day and just doing, I don't know, I guess watching TV or watching films or just messing about and doing things. So that's what's really important right now, to utilise your time, and whether that be learning something new or learning a new skill, or even just trying to create social circles, which I know can be quite tricky, especially because we can't go out. But that's why it's really important to stay in contact with lots of people. So what have I been doing? I've been racking my brains on different job ideas and different ways of making money at home, and I've got a few like base sort of plans and ideas that I want to try and achieve. But I guess all of this kind of stems back to probably about 8 months ago. 8 months ago, I wanted to start my own clothing brand. It wasn't something I particularly wanted to do full time. It was something I wanted to run on the side, and just kind of let it be a bit of a slow burner, and then just invest time and a bit of money here and there, and just see where it kind of goes. Because the market at the moment is completely flooded with these clothing brands, and I got like my own sort of spin on it that I think can work quite well. But I kind of said to myself, okay, at the beginning of this year, I would kick start things off, and I got to December, and I kept saying to myself, in January we're going to smash this out. And I know that's not very me, because the slogan, it's now or never. That's what INON stands for. It's now or never. So it's kind of, you have to act upon your ideas, you have to act upon your decisions as quick as you can, because otherwise they kind of fizzle out. And the clothing brand idea hasn't fizzled out at all, not one bit. It's still very at the forefront of my mind, but I feel very disappointed that we're now in April and things haven't particularly kick-started like crazy. I was hoping to have things up and running right now, and I feel like I've kind of dropped a nut, so to speak, because everyone's stuck at home, and basically the market's there. The market and the potential audience and potential customers are there, ready and waiting to buy these products, buy my products. Yet because I don't know, have I been lazy? I'm not sure. I don't know if lazy is the term. I don't know if prioritise other things potentially is the right category or the right kind of term for that. I guess I have. I prioritise other things over this entity. And how does that make me feel? Well, currently, I've been doing a lot of stuff, I suppose. I have been doing a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of physical things with like my dad's sort of business, and I've kind of done quite a lot of things for my own benefit, so that it mainly work, not so much personal projects. I've got quite a lot of personal projects that I've kind of been putting off for a long time, which yet again is not very INON of me, and that kind of makes me feel disheartened. And I guess that's where my anxiety for my own self-success kind of comes from. That's where it's all stemming from. It's me prioritising things that maybe I don't necessarily want to prioritise straight away all the time. I think this is a worry, and this is not maybe not a fear, but just a concern that lots of people have. But I don't think it's bad to have that. And I think for me personally, having these sort of moments of self-contemplation and thinking about self-worth are important, because all the time you feel some sort of emotion towards or against something, that's what makes you kind of a good person. That's what makes you hungry for it. And I don't feel like I'm ever particularly satisfied with what I currently have. You can take that however you want, I suppose. But I kind of think I always want more. And I don't know, I wouldn't say it's in a necessarily a greedy way. It's I want to achieve more. And yes, I look at lots of people around me, and lots of people around me are successful, and I have lots of people that are successful and lots of people that are just doing their own thing, and they're both very happy. And I sometimes kind of, I don't compare myself to them, but I compare my own self success to these people. And I look at them and I think, look, they're achieving this, they haven't achieved this necessarily, they haven't necessarily achieved that. And I think that's quite a natural thing to feel, and it's quite natural to kind of look at other people and think, oh, well, they're doing something, I could do that, and I could do better, and then that kind of ties into something that I constantly think about, and lots of people kind of have approached me over the years and said, oh, well, it's great, you're doing so much, you're young, you're doing this. Well, I'm 27 now, and I've probably worked in like film and made videos and things since I was about 21 or something, or 20 or whatever, and I've worked for lots of different people, and I've got kind of lots of credits and things to my name and stuff. And yes, I've achieved a lot of things, but there's always more to achieve, I suppose. And it's kind of never fallen into this sense of, oh, well, I've done enough now. Maybe when you're old or whatever, you can think, oh yeah, I've done enough now. But I think it's really, really key to humanity and your own self mentalness, mental wellness. To want to try and do more, and to always think of these goals. And I kind of set lots of goals, and it's important to kind of go, oh, well, I want to get this goal, and then that goal is like the dream. That one's a massive goal that I really want to get to. How can I do it? And don't feel disheartened that you don't suddenly have this thing over here. Like, one of my goals is I'd like to have a Ferrari. I want to have a Ferrari. Yeah, I want to have a Ferrari by the time I'm 30. And now I'm 27, I'm 28 next month, and right now my bank balance is not looking like a Ferrari. But I'm not being disheartened by that, because I know that if I want something enough, I can achieve it. And there's loads of ways of achieving different things, and there's loads of ways of accomplishing your goals. And yeah, okay, my goal of I'm not going to say right now, oh well, if I don't get it by 30, I want it by 32, because that's not what my goal is. My goal is by 30. I've got other goals, such as I want to learn to speak French, and I want to learn to become better at using different computer programs. I want to make better videos. I want to learn to communicate with people a bit better, and stuff like that. So it's not all just this superficial, materialistic side of me, but for me, that's kind of an icon. It's an icon of some sort of success along the pathway to becoming even more financially successful, I suppose. Now, the really interesting thing is when you look at where you're currently at, and you kind of you have to look at where you've been, I suppose, before you can kind of think of where am I going. Because thinking about the past and looking at your past triumphs and your past sort of failures to some degrees is so important to working out the sort of path and the way you're going. If in the past you've made several sort of mistakes, so to speak, that kind of led you to go maybe in a negative way, or down somewhere that kind of you chased something that didn't end up happening, or didn't end up going where it should have gone, or where you thought it would have gone, that's important. That's important because you don't necessarily want to constantly make the same errors. You kind of need to, on this path to righteousness, so to speak, you're going to fall loads of times. And yeah, in my own professional world, I have fallen many a times. I think I've not followed up on so many potential job opportunities, or potential opportunities to go here or to go there, or to do this or to make this, or to kind of befriend that person and create a sort of professional relationship with different people and different entities. And that's something that I'm trying to work on. That's another one of my goals. Like I said, I'm trying to work on my communication with people a lot better, and I feel like I'm quite good at talking to people just on like a one-to-one kind of basis, and I kind of gel with most people, and that's great. But it's the follow-up on like from a work point of view. The follow-up for me is I need to I need to actually say, oh well, hey, we spoke about doing this job, or we spoke about creating this business together, or we spoke about even just doing a collaboration of some sort, and just actually chasing that up. So that's another one of my goals for this year. Which right now, yeah, that kind of takes me back to this sort of whole this anxiety of what am I doing? Where do I need to be? What do I need to be? What do I need to create? What do I need to achieve? And okay, yeah, you shouldn't feel sad. I don't think you should ever feel sad or make yourself depressed about where you currently are at, because there's just no point in that. Because firstly, you can't change the past. You can only change the present to a certain degree. So if I kind of wanted to just kind of touch my face, I could do it, but I can't stop. I can't say, oh well, I shouldn't have just touched my face then, because that wouldn't really make sense. But you can sculpt your future, and that's the most important thing. The most important thing is to utilise your time, and just to work towards something really good, or loads of things that are really good. And that doesn't necessarily, I know we've spoken a lot about business and stuff. You don't necessarily have to always be chasing business stuff. And I've got things that I want to do. I want to go do more exploring with my friends and achieve those sorts of things, and make stories with people that are kind of around me, and people that mean stuff to me, and that kind of thing. But it's so important to work towards new things, as opposed to kind of worrying too much about what has happened to you and what's in the past. So yeah, I think that's a really good sort of thing, really good point to kind of end up on. So I hope this video has kind of helped you, or in some way it's helped me a lot, just getting this stuff out. And I realise I've kind of gone really dark because the sun's gone in, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.